Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss mobile system organization, a mobile computer system overview. Okay. Earlier we have learned about the computer system organization. What is the functional components of a computer? What are hardware? What are software? Those things we have already learned. Now this time we are learning mobile system organization. All about mobile system. First of all, introduction. Modern mobile systems are teeny computers. Teeny computers means very small computers in our hand. Although they have less computing power, computing to their bigger versions. Bigger version means the laptop, the desktop, okay, those things. And teeny computers are the mobile system. They handle diverse type of applications such as making calls, offering camera utilities, handling touch sensitive screen, display audio, video, graphical contents, play musics. These things it can do, a mobile can do. Okay. What are those things? Very special thing is it can make calls. Okay. Then camera utilities means we can take pictures. Handling touch sensitive screens means all the mobile systems are basically comes with the touch sensitive system. By using touch sensitive we can do our work, we can give instructions, we can type some things. Okay, and also display audio, video, graphics. These contents can be played on mobile system. This is the block diagram of a mobile system. Block diagram means just the internal how all the components of a mobile system are attached with each other. So many systems are there. You can see, first of all, count how many systems are there. Okay, this display subsystem. Display subsystem includes touch sensitive interface, keyboard and display screen. This is the display subsystem. Now see camera utility, camera unit, image processing. See storage is there. Okay, internal memory, external memory, RAM, ROM, so many types of SD card, micro SD card, expandable storage. So many types of storage are there. Now see here primary memory, okay, RAM and ROM memory. Now see here, this is the audio subsystem, microphone, speaker is connected. Okay, so many parts are there in a mobile system. Power management, battery is there, battery management, charger is there. Okay, and the most important thing is the SIM. There is a facility to insert SIM for radio signal management or radio frequency transmission, so that we can do calls or receive calls. And all these components are controlled and managed by CPU of the mobile system. CPU of the mobile system contains two types of mobile system: communication processor, digital signal processor, it is also called digital signal processor, and APU and GPU. APU is application processing unit and GPU is graphical processing unit. We will learn in detail about these things soon. Okay, how each and every components are connected with the CPU means each and every part: display subsystem, camera, substitute, storage, okay, SIM, power, battery, okay, microphone, speaker, memory, RAM, ROM, all are connected with the CPU. Okay, this CPU, and the CPU is also of different parts, having different parts. See, now we have summarized here all the functional components of a mobile. First of all, mobile processor, which helps to control and manage all the other parts of the mobile system. First is display subsystem, camera subsystem, mobile system, memory, storage, power management or battery system. Okay, so many things are there. Now one by one we will learn everything. Here, mobile processor, CPU. Okay. A mobile system CPU handles diverse types of application but has a little power compared to computers, as mobile systems run on battery power. Okay, mobile system is also having CPU which can handle diverse type of application. In so many types of applications we can run on mobile, but there is a little power compared to the computers. Okay, computers are having more powers, more processing speed, more storage capacity. Okay, on the other hand, mobile system has some limited facilities, limited storage capacity, limited processing capability, and also runs on small battery power. Okay. Now CPU is also, we already know CPU is the brain of a computer, so it is also a brain for a smartphone. Okay, the CPU receives commands. CPU what receives commands. Okay, makes instant calculations, play audio videos, store information, and signals throughout the device. Okay, so many things CPU can do, so many things. Okay, now see, a CPU has two sub-processors of a mobile CPU. First is known as communication processing unit, and next is application processing unit. Communication processing unit and application processing unit. Okay, now see, what is communication processing unit? This subsystem is responsible for making and receiving phone calls on mobile handset. Okay, responsible for making and receiving phone calls means we can make calls to other mobile system. Okay, and also if someone has called us, then we can receive and talk with that person using the mobile handset, and these can be done with the help of mobile processing unit. It has a digital signal processor that helps it work with RF transceiver and the audio subsystem. Okay, two systems are jointly worked to make calls or receive or make calls. Okay, using that. What are those things? First is RF transceiver, and next is audio subsystem. RF transceiver and audio subsystem. The radio signal management unit is responsible for connecting SIM to the base station through radio signals. What is radio signal management? Radio signal, there is a radio signal management, also called RF transmission. You can see in the block, already seen the block diagram. Let's see here. Okay, see, this is the radio signal management, and it is having RF transceiver and SIM component. And see, here it is microphone and speaker audio subsystem. These two components, this component and this component, works together to make or receive calls. Okay, see, the audio subsystem is responsible for converting the voice analog signal to digital signal and vice versa. Actually, what happened, whatever we speak through mobile system, all the audio signals converted to digital signals and then sends over to the other mobile system, and on the other mobile system, okay, there this subsystem, this audio subsystem again converts the digital signals into analog signals so that we can hear the audio. Okay, this is the system. The audio subsystem also has two subparts. Audio subsystem also has two subparts. What is that? DAC, digital to analog converter, and ADC, analog to digital converter. Okay, these two subsystems are also available in the audio subsystem. Okay, see here ADC and DAC, and both combined called CODAC. Okay, CODAC. This is the audio subsystem. Understood? Now come to application processing unit. This subsystem is responsible for governing, controlling all types of operations taking place on a mobile system, such as making calculations. Okay, all the other work of the mobile system. Okay, playing music, browsing internet. Okay, and streaming videos or playing videos or capturing the photo or taking photographs or videographs. Okay, making videographs. These systems are controlled and governed by this application processing unit. Okay, it has a separate subcomponent which enhances its power and performance is GPU. GPU enhances the performance of application processing unit by giving some graphical processing system. Graphical processing system means if we are streaming videos or playing videos or capturing videos or pictures, taking pictures, this GPU help us in many formats to take high resolution pictures, high resolution videos, to play high resolution videos. Okay, these things is helped by this GPU, graphics processing unit. GPU assists the CPU by handling the visuals, other graphical and rich applications. Graphically rich applications means those applications which are having more graphically rich. Okay, more graphically rich means high resolution components or videos or data is there. Okay, this can be handled easily by GPU along with the CPU. The APU is connected with all other subsystems of a mobile system such as display. APU is also connected with display, okay, camera, memory, storage, connectivity system. All other systems are also connected with the APU, application processing unit, because each and everything works with the application software. That's why APU is connected with all other subsystems. SoC, system on a chip. These days major components of a mobile system are integrated on a single chip called system on a chip. Actually what happened earlier, each and every component of mobile system, say for example display component, audio subsystem, radio signal component, or the battery management, or the so many things, camera management, these things are controlled and managed by separate components, separate parts of the computer, separate systems are there. But nowadays what happened, all these components are integrated in a single chip, okay, and this single chip is called system on a chip. Now the benefit, what benefit comes here, that first of all the components comes at one place, and the other thing is that it consumes less power, so longer duration can be run on single battery charge. Okay, this is the benefit here. And NOC not only comprises up of the smartphone CPU, SoC comprises of GPU. It is having GPU, modem, display processor, video processor, okay, and other bits of silicon that turn it into a functional system in a phone. Okay, so many things, so many components are incorporated or integrated in a single chip. Okay, that is system on a chip. Now the SoC chip consumes less power as compared to other alternatives. SoC is consume less power, so battery runs longer times, okay, as compared to the other alternatives. Now see, display subsystem. This subsystem is responsible for providing display facilities and touch sensitive information. and display facilities. All the videos, all the camera, all the menus, everything is displayed on a display subsystem, and display subsystem is responsible for displaying this thing. It is also incorporated with the touch sensitive interface. Touch sensitive interface means we can touch directly on the display subsystem and do our work, give instructions, open applications, or type some information using the integrated keyboard there. Okay, this is an important subsystem, as most mobile systems get instructions through touch based and other sensors. It supports display camera. It is having display camera, touch sensitive interface, and touch sensitive keyboard. Okay, three things it is having. Now, mobile system screens such as AMOLED based display screens form a major part of this system. Okay, generally these days display screens comes with AMOLED technology. AMOLED technology is advanced technology which is having very smooth touch system and very crisp display. Means high resolution display is available with the AMOLED display. Okay. Now, touch sensitive interface, what it does, it activates the touch sensor of the mobile system screen and recognizes instructions given through it. It activates touch sensors, okay, so that instructions given through can be recognized. Now, touch sensitive keyboard, we all have used these things. It allows us to type letters, numbers through touch. Okay, numbers, and it will be displayed on the screen. Just touch that letter, number, or some things, it will be typed automatically. Now, camera subsystem. This is the favorite one for everyone, I think. By taking photographs, by taking videographs, okay, these things are very favorite one. This subunit is designed to deliver a tightly bound image processing package and enable an improved overall picture and video experience. It is designed, okay, to deliver what? Improved overall picture and video experience. This camera subsystem is responsible for improved picture and video experience. It has an integrated image signal processor. Okay, it is having a separate processor which is called image signal processor, and integrated with the camera subsystem to give some processing capability so that it can take better pictures or better videos. Ensures things like instant image capture, high resolution support, image stabilization, and other image enhancement. Okay, what are those? Instant image capture, high resolution support, image stabilization, and other image enhancement. These things are incorporated with the help of image signal processor along with the camera subsystem. Okay. Now, this is the mobile system memory system. As compared to the computer, this is almost similar with the computer system. How it is similar? You can see here. A mobile system memory is comprised on following two types of memory. What are those memory? RAM and ROM. Okay, mobile system memory means we are talking about primary memory, the internal memory of the computer, and internal memory of the mobile system comprises of two components. Okay, that is RAM and ROM. RAM is random access memory and ROM is read-only memory. Now understand what is RAM. It is the work memory. First of all, it is the work memory of a mobile system. The installed mobile apps when runs are first loaded in the RAM. Okay, apps when run are first loaded in the RAM. Okay, RAM memory. When we touch or when we open an application on a mobile system, it is first loaded in a RAM. It means all the data is copied on RAM and then it is executed. Then it is executed and fully functional, become fully functional. The more RAM on a smartphone, the better the performance and faster the phone. The more RAM, the faster the phone and the better performance. Okay, RAM does not store information once the device is turned off. Now here we can understand that RAM is a volatile memory. Volatile means temporary memory. Okay, whatever the information is there, if we switch off or if we stop the application, every data which is stored in RAM memory will be vanished. Okay, will be removed. Now in ROM memory, read-only memory. As the name suggests, it may contain some data, and that data can be read-only. Means we can read only that data. It is a part of mobile system's internal storage where operating system along with some pre-installed apps reside. What is there? In ROM, we can find operating system, okay, and some pre-installed apps resides, and it is not accessible for user to write on. Okay, it is not accessible for user to write on, and is thus referred to as read-only memory. Why it is known as read-only memory? Because it is inaccessible to the user and we cannot write anything on the ROM memory. And a ROM memory contains operating system and some pre-installed application softwares. Now storage means the secondary storage, the external storage memory. Say for example, we can attach SD cards, okay, memory cards we can attach. Those storage are known as storage system of the mobile system. The external storage of a mobile system is also called expandable storage. Okay, when you see the specification of a mobile system, you can see the expandable storage means how it can be how much it can be expandable. Okay, so generally it comes with 256 GB memory expandable, 512 GB memory can be expandable on a general phone. Okay, it comes in the form of SD cards. Through SD cards, in the form of SD cards, we can enhance the storage capacity of a mobile system, or it is also called micro SD cards. It is the storage which can be removed easily and can be used for storing pictures, music, videos and the likes. Okay. We can store so many things here. Now see, power management subsystem. Battery is one of the important part of a mobile system. Without battery we cannot start the mobile system. Okay, this subsystem is responsible for providing power. What is responsible for providing power to a mobile system? Whole component. For the whole component it provides power. The mobile system work on limited power provided through an attached battery unit. It is having very limited power. Okay, very limited power. Okay, and that is known as battery unit. This subsystem has a battery management system that works with a battery charger and a battery unit. Okay, this subsystem has a battery management system. Okay, you can see so many battery management system. Okay, battery saver option is there, how much it has charge you can see. You can reduce some components of the computer to take power, so that longer times it will be available for executing or for working with the mobile system. Okay, battery charger and a battery unit, and provides power to the mobile system in required form. As per the requirement, it provides the power to the whole mobile system of the computer system of the mobile system. Okay. Now mobile system organization is almost finished. What we have learned that so many components are there in the mobile. Okay, and those components are functional components are mobile processor, display subsystem, camera subsystem, mobile system memory, storage unit and power management subsystem. These are the components, functional components of a mobile system, and we have learned one by one everything. Now it's time to do some exercise. Okay, so do some exercise.